luckily.
With accidents mounting, the crew becomes open to the power of suggestion, and soon every mishap is blamed on the location's mysterious past.
Several things happened up there at Rumoroso which were unexplained.
We were terrified to shoot them.
We had an accident with a rocket, for instance, that John Richardson, our special effects designer, had made. And I'd seen it demonstrated at Pinewood Studios. There was a guy up at a pole fixing the telephone lines, and he's up there and he got hit by that rocket. And he was 2.5 miles away from where we were shooting. And this just freak accident, it severely injured his elbow. This thing hit him from that distance.
Quickly, the stories from the location become more difficult to explain.
Guards saw apparitions walking around the car park where we kept all our trucks. And when challenged, they disappeared.
There were trucks mysteriously burst into flames in the middle of the night.
One night, there was one truck actually started moving and sort of went off and sort of stopped itself against a wall.
With no one at the controls.
Yeah, it was weird, very weird.
It was just uncanny. But it was definitely a haunted area.
There were a number of strange tales told about the road that we were shooting on. And
we tried to investigate if there was any weird thing that had happened there.
some people had been killed on it, and the road was supposed to be haunted.
Apparently there had been a minibus with about 5 nuns that had gone over the side in that particular area.
On the stretch that we were using, and killed everyone. It went up in flames.
Second Unit Director Arthur Wooster feels the accidents form a cluster around one small stretch of road.
Where that crash happened, right on that corner, we had about 4 or 5 more incidences right on that same spot. We had Tim, and he has to rush to a truck, jump in it, and drive off. We cleared the corner around the corner, we cleared all the truck, we got everything out the way, and we had it absolutely safe. And Tim rushes over, he jumped in the truck right, drove off, and somehow another trucker got in there and got in the way, and Tim really went over the side. It was frightening. It was building up and building up, you know.
Finally, the crew prepares to leave Rumoroso with a bang.
The last explosion, where the 2 tankers blow up after they've crashed, and Robert Darby is set alight and walks into the gasoline that's leaking out, and they blow up. We must have had about 200 gallons of gasoline representing each tanker.
For a crew already spooked by the location, Rumoroso has one last surprise.
We shot it with 4 cameras, and one of the special effects boys was over my shoulder on the camera that I was on, taking stills.
And when he showed the still to me, it was quite spooky.
I think it was just a sort of freak bit of wind on fire myself, but it did look like a flaming hand coming out of the explosion.
Perfect arm, perfect hand. And so I thought, well, it's got to be on the rushes, because we had 4 cameras shooting there. I went through and I couldn't see it. I went through on the Steenbeck, frame by frame, and I could not find it.
Arthur brought me a copy of it, and my wife wouldn't have it in the house.
It was definitely an area not to go back to.
It was something I will definitely remember. I don't think I'll ever go back there for a holiday.
Just a wisp of fire caught in a freak moment, like a cloud that takes the shape of an animal. But for filmmakers, it seems to be an omen. Indeed, the hand of fate does reach out and touch James Bond. Though License to Kill establishes many international box office records, in summer 1989, it fails to find a breakout American audience.
The original title of License to Kill was License Revoked. But MGM told us that no one in America would understand what revoked meant, which I find very difficult to believe.
For many,